Family. What did you expect? What did you expect, man? Like that. What did you expect? In that game, man. Everything that we've been saying, man, ever since the beginning of the season, and what other content creators have been saying, man, ever since last season and the season before that, after the Carling Cup, but the Carabao Cup. Carling Cup, a throwback, man, to back in the day. But yeah, the Carabao Cup, in that time, and like, especially like in the Fenerbahce game, and the thing about it is that the result then, especially in midweek here, was unacceptable. And you guys here may be thinking, like, wait a second, why are you talking about the Fenerbahce game? Let me tell you something, right? Because that result it was unacceptable. The way that we played it was unacceptable. And the thing about it is that here, for what Ten Hag has set up here in that game, you to put a right back and attacking midfield here, when you have an attacking option here in the bench, I don't know what to say. And I mentioned that in the previous video about Ahmad, like that, and the way that he's treated and the way that he was fuming coming off the bench, and then Ten Hag didn't bother to speak to him, and then Van Nistelrooy and the other assistant, you're trying to console him. And the thing about that tells you everything, and then the thing about it is that here, now I'm saying this is that, that we are expecting something different from this game. I'm guarantee you, man, that Ten Hag should be able, man, should at least have the IQ, man, to look at your players and know exactly who is the best players in your squad. Like that. Now, obviously, he says about training, like last year when he mentioned that, yeah, Ahmad has been training great, but I can't, talking about, Ahmad, like, he's training, and people talk about training, and I'm saying to myself, wait a second, but I guarantee you that there are some players that are not, probably, I can guarantee you, man, that there are players there in the squad that probably are not even training as hard as Ahmad, but Ahmad don't even get a look in. And obviously, you need players, man, you need different kind of players on the pitch or even on the bench, and bring them on here when you see something is off it from the other team, like they set it up here tactically in a certain moment in the game. Like, Ahmad is a different player. He's able, man, to be in tight spaces, able to be in the pocket. And the thing about it is that just give him a run of games. And obviously, you see the fruit of your labor when you bring Ahmad on. He will reap. If you want direct play, Ahmad gives you that. Helping tight spaces, as I said before, he gives you that. And people may say, oh yeah, I'm an Ahmad fan. No, less of that. We all want for the best for the club. And I tell you what, man, I'm always real. I'll tell you how it is. I'm not here sugarcoating anything like gaslighting, less of that. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you how it is there. Especially when Ten Hag is setting up in the standards for the blow of the club. Talk about injuries like what we heard not long ago. Yet again, and Ratata and all of that, fam. Let me tell you something, man. Like, even Arsenal, they got injuries and they have to deal with it. And Arteta, man, has to, he is the manager. He has to kind of, in a way, bring the best out of the players that are available. And then we just heard not long ago that probably Saka and Timber are available for that game. That's what you do. You bring the best out of the players that are available. And if players like Saka and Timber are available to play, or available to be in the bench at least, you got them. But don't just use that as an example. And problems at the club, man, for me, I think it goes way deeper, man, than how it is, because the environment and the standards there is dusty, fam. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. And the thing about it now, talking about this West Ham game, now me, I set it up here how things are. For me, I didn't know what to expect here from this game, because both teams, man, they're at their lowest, like that, especially when I bread and butter, the primary objective should be the Premier League. and then the Champions League, you know, like that. Not the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. That is like a side thing, you know, like that. And like I said in the previous video, yeah, I expected Man United here to lose against West Ham. And that is what we got. That is what we got. Garnacho in that game, right? He hit the I think he hit the post. And then there was a moment here where like he was one-on-one, but he was like not one-on-one to the goalkeeper, but probably in this side of the goalkeeper. And then yeah, all he has to do here is trying to curl it around the goalkeeper. That went wide. In terms of our attack, man, let me tell you something, man. Our attack, man, here was whack, fam. We were not good in front of goal. You know, we were not good in front of goal, man. The thing about it is that we're there, man, to go to war. So when you have a chance here, and you have the chance here to punish your opponent, you have to take it, fam. You have to take it. Now, look, now, the first half, yeah, for me, it was okay. It was okay. I'm not gonna, you know, get gassed about the performance because the first half was sick. Casemiro was linking play. Fam, I was surprised even Bruno Fernandes was linking play. You know, like that. And then there was a chance here where Dalot missed an open goal. Bruno, long ball, good ball, you know, like that. And Dalot, all he has to do, man, is keep the ball low. Just collect the ball nicely and put it away. You know, because he managed here to somehow beat the West Ham goalkeeper. He was out. The goalkeeper was out. And then he missed it. It was so appalling, fam. It was so appalling. And I cannot believe it. And like I said, man, we were waiting for the goal. That tells you everything you need to know. Tells you everything you need to know, man. And, you know, in that half, man, like, De Ligt, you did okay. You did good. He managed to read the game. You because, like, you know, Antonio, right? You know, you like to feel, the opponent, man, when he's, you know, because look how physical Antonio is. So De Ligt, you read the game, quite well. But then, you know, the thing about it is that Bruno Manuel was linking playing, you know, in the first 15 or 20 minutes. And then we got to a point here where, like, it looked like as if that, Bruno Manuel was getting a little bit agitated. And then all of a sudden, he goes back to how he has always been, Mr. Spamming. Comes again within minutes, you know, and then, you know, good balls, but fam, why about that linking play? Why about the patience? Because I was saying in the game, I was saying, Bruno, calm down, fam. Calm down. Fam, you know, calm down. Because you need to link play. You need to, fair enough, you can control the game, you know, by allowing the opposition to have the ball and vice versa for you to have the ball as well. But fam, come on now. Control the ball, slow down, calm down, keep your cool and go. If you keep him becoming irrational, all of that, you're not going to think straight. You know, like that. Now, everybody has been butchering you on Casemiro. Fam, Casemiro, man, he did great in that game. In the first half, did okay. To me, he didn't put a foot wrong. You know, in the 42nd minute, Højlund couldn't get to the end of it when Garnacho put it across, you know, and then in the 45th minute, you know, brilliant whip here from Eriksson. It was a free kick, and you know, obviously the West Ham goalkeeper got a strong hand here to Casemiro's header, I think it was, and you know, yeah, and especially that free kick here was from Mazraouri's when a foul was on Mazraouri, you know, way side here of the, you know, of the pitch. But, you know, like in this game, man, you know, like I was just thinking to myself that, because the thing about it is that here, ever since that I'm talking about this spamming from Bruno Fernandes, and obviously I'm seeing like Garnacho on the left, they keep on getting the ball. Especially there was one moment here with Rashford, when I was saying to myself, that was your chance, Rashford. That was your chance. Another ball here from, I think it was Bruno Fernandes. You know, forgive me if I, you know, missed that, you know, on who did it. But I think it was Bruno Fernandes. Both time. And I said to myself, so what? It's just the style of play. Getting the ball here to Bruno Fernandes. Now, when Garnacho here and Rashford here runs, he boots the ball. I'm like, so this is what it is, because Bruno Fernandes, I mean, I guarantee you, man, that this is how it is and how it's going to fit Bruno Fernandes and then runners, like Garnacho, and Rashford. Because they are runners at the end of the day. Because the game was proper open in the first half. And for real, man, like, I tell you this, we were meant, man, to be beating, man, West Ham. We were meant to be beating West Ham. But the levels, man, of how Man United is playing, at the moment, man, is way below par. And and the thing about it is that during the half time, I was like, Ten Hag, do something, fam. Do something. If you cannot get the best out of your players that you have at the moment, man, in terms of talent and raw ability, including, like I said, about Ahmad, right? Ahmad is a player, as I said before, man, who, like I said just a second ago, raw talent and ability, fam, you need to go. Because no one here can say that that Ten Hag can stay when, like, managers are able, man, to staple their own style of play within the first couple of games. When, don't forget, when some of these clubs with the teams, like Liverpool, right, Slot, all of these players that he has here is coming from what? Klopp's regime, Klopp's tenure, and he's able, man, to to apply his style of play off the bat, and he's cooking, and he's balling, and he's coaching it, and it suits it suits the players he has, because right now, example like Salah, right? Salah, he's not. I mean, let me say this right. Salah, he's not that play anymore where he uses his pace and his power, man, to beat players and score goals. Because now, because it's a possession-based football, right? The game can slow down, and Salah, man, can do what, and Salah can now adapt, right, into the style of play. And look, he's balling, and then Ten Hag can't even do that. You have to understand your players, not only just players, but as human beings, fam. Anyway, so when we go into the second half, right? I was, because I remember Onana, right? He had a clash here with Antonio, and I was thinking to myself, hopefully, Onana is okay, fam, because, like, I wouldn't advise anybody, man, to play it with a concussion, like that. And in the 54th minute, Antonio nearly scored a curler, and then in the 58th minute, what a surprise for Man United! Ahmad comes on, and I mean, I was thinking to myself, it just Van Nistelrooy is their call, because, like, if for any reason, right, like if for any reason, right, that Ten Hag put Ahmad in that game, for any reason for him to sink in that game, he has definitely lost the plot. He has definitely lost the plot, fam, in his head. I'm telling you, for real. I'm telling you. Because we have to remember what is going on. Obviously, we don't know what's going on here from the outside in, but hopefully that is what we are thinking. Because don't forget, right, we're all human beings, fam, and we have to treat others as human beings. But then, if Ahmad came on for Rashford to kind of change the game a little bit, to bring control in the game, okay, let's just see. That's how I was. Because, like, don't forget that we got a midweek game here in the Carabao Cup, I believe, against Leicester City. So I was thinking, is Ahmad going to play there, or did he bring Ahmad on so that with Rashford can play in that game? You see that? So I was saying to myself, Ahmad, take your chance, fam. Press. Do that so Ten Hag won't chat crap about you. Because we all know what's going on, right? Because the last thing I want is that a player of raw talent and ability, man, goes to Barcelona, right? He doesn't want to sign the new contract. I don't know if there's an extension, 1 year extension on his contract. Obviously, Ahmed goes to Barcelona, for example, like that. And obviously, he goes here and ball and cook in the La Liga, like the way Greenwood is doing it right now in Ligue 1. 61 and the 61st minute, West Ham nearly scored again. West Ham were banging on the door to score again and again. And I wasn't surprised that year if they score eventually, because we were hearing the crowd roaring, man, to keep West Ham on, keep on going, knocking on the door. And there was a moment in the 67th minute, I believe, that Ahmad, he was in the box trying to beat his man, but luckily, man, West Ham, managed to get the ball off him, like that. And then West Ham brought on, I forgot to say that West Ham brought on Somerville, into the game. And as I expected, West Ham score, and guess who scored? Somerville, coming off from the bench. It was written in the stars for me, like that. And I was like, what did you expect? So after the goal, right? West Ham, man, they had bam, man, at the back, everybody at the back, everybody behind the ball, like that. And I was like, this is where that you need techie players, man, to shine, man, to play you through the tight spaces. Because if most of your man you're on the pitch are just runners and not techie enough, they're gonna suffer. Because don't forget, man, like if somebody's able to carry the ball, able to have a good IQ, able, man, to pass the ball the way or pass at the right time, at the right spaces, right, you'll be able to get the ball from A to B to C, and then you're in the box, like that. But then when you only have players that are runners first and not footballers first, you will not be able, man, to get the ball from A to B to C to D quickly enough. And for the first time, man, we saw Højlund and Xerxes on the field, with a sacrifice of not having Eriksen on the pitch. And I was wondering how is this gonna go. But look, 1-1. Ahmad got the ball into the box. Then let's header to Xerxes. Xerxes header, man, towards goal, and Casemiro was there to header the ball, man, into the goal. Not bad, not a good move, but I'm not gonna hype it up. I'm not gonna get gassed. Good goal, move on, because no one can say this is progress. Especially, man, this is a game where you expect, by the standards of Man United, to score. And then we had that VAR decision when there was so much bodies going on in the box, and I remember when I was watching it, and I'm like, the footage of what the referee was watching on the screen, right? I said to myself, they should actually play the video in the pace of the game, not too slow, because like for me, I think personally, that the penalty was soft, but and then for this one, man, we cannot blame Ten Hag for that. We cannot. We cannot. All we can say here is that the way that we're set up, and then the link, there is some link of play when Ahmed was there, like patterns of play, a little bit of patterns of play, but still, it was only in the first 10-15 minutes, and also when Ahmed came on, and then everything all became spamming, spamming after spamming, and what we want here is for Man United, man, to have a distinctive style of play. And we know that what happened here with delay, obviously we can't say Ten Hag's fault, but the thing about it is that your style of play got you there, so it's half. And then long behold, Bowen scored a penalty, good penalty, man, right in the bottom corner, right in the left of Onana, like that. And then after the penalty, man, Man United, man, was struggling bears, trying to score, and West Ham, man, they were there to pounce, like that, and Man United, man, they were putting the pressure on West Ham. And I was like to myself, where was this? Where was this in the first 90 minutes? And but let me give a little bit of props to Wan-Bissaka, like that, because you got to hand it to Wan-Bissaka, man. He did good for West Ham. He did great. He did good, man. The style of play, from West Ham suits him for sure, like that, and Bruno Fernandes, man, in the last minute, at the end of that 12 plus, stoppage time, curls it, and puts it over. And I'm like, oh, Bruno, you did it again, fam. What are you doing? Is man mad? What are you doing? You're sinking for sure. I don't know what. Let me tell you something for free. I said before that, when the manager is crap, right, and the levels here of the players are rubbish, it is a double whammy. And I said this before. And this is when that you have to get rid of the manager, because, like, he is setting them up like this. So you got to bring in bring in players that best suit your system and get the best out of your players. Like I said before, man, the levels here and the ability of these players are different. Because I've said this before, like, the levels is depending on the manager and the style of play and the patterns of play. That's the level. But the ability can only happen depending on what? Depending on if Ten Hag, the manager, is able to raise up the ability to the best of what the players are capable of doing. So when the levels are rubbish and when the ability hasn't been raised, what do you expect? These players, man, they can play better than that. But the manager, he's not getting the best out of the players. He's not. So when you're picking the wrong players and blaming it on injuries, nah, fam. Nah, you cannot always use injuries all the time. And I wonder what he's going to say now. Man, after the game. Oh, I saw character. I saw character. Fam. You saw character. You got to take responsibility, man, of what's going on, like that. Because you can talk about injuries, right? You can talk about character, and we don't see character on the pitch. Man United, people who love Man United, people who support Man United, people who are fans of it, man, they can't even identify who they are on the pitch. They can't. You can't. So you can't use that as an excuse. This is an excuse, right? When you're protecting your players from those congested, hefty schedule, because that needs to be addressed. Because don't forget that these players, they're human, not robots. But to blame or put a cotton wool over your team as they're going to play West Ham, and talk about injuries and protecting yourself for not getting the best here out of your players who are available, tells you, man, what manager you are. Fam, look, next match, like I said before, it's the Carabao Cup against Leicester City, 30th of October, 7:45 p.m. And like I said, man, look, it's Carabao Cup. I'm expecting Man United, man, to win this. I'm expecting it, because like I said in the previous video, I said we should at least win this. We should at least win this, fam. And then after that, fam, we got, man, the big one. Them ways there. We got the big one, right, which I'm not even confident, like that. And that's against Chelsea. 3rd of November, 4:30 p.m. And we all know that, guys, that Chelsea, man, they're moving different, like that. They're moving absolutely different. And then, as I said, man, you got to hand it, man, to Maresca. You got to hand it to him. Big man thing. Let's keep it a buck. I don't know how Ten Hag is going to set up in this. I have no confidence whatsoever, man. And both of these games are at home. That's what I'm saying. And look man, at the levels we are playing. And Ten Hag are not even raising the ability of the players, getting the best out of the players you have available. Family. Anyway, look, let's see, man. Let's see. I'm GVBrazy. Subscribe. Run the likes, and also, man, to comment in the comment section below, man. Family. My days. I don't know what is gonna go, man. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's just see what's gonna happen. Let's just see. Anyway, guys, take care of yourself. Bless. Peace. And I see you in the next video. Say no more.